While there are many different types of horrifying spells and curses in the wizarding world, ultimately the general rule of thumb used is whether or not a witch or wizard uses the 3 unforgivable curses without restraint. These curses consist of Crucio, Imperio, and Avada Kedavra. You'll have the option to learn all 3 of these curses in Hogwarts Legacy by following the In the Shadow of side quest storyline. This quest features Sebastian Swallow, a Slytherin student who means well but will stop at nothing to find a magical cure for his sister Anne, even if that means delving into the dark arts. Sebastian is opposed by his uncle, who has given up on any hope of finding a cure for Anne, and is firmly against anything to do with the dark arts. This quest also draws in Omnis Gaunt, a kind-hearted blind student in Slytherin who has a troubling family history that he's eager to forget about. Sebastian is also part of the main storyline in Hogwarts Legacy, but handling this series of side quests will provide the opportunity to learn all 3 unforgivable curses. The first 2 curses can be learned relatively close together, but you'll have to wait till near the very end of the game before you can learn the third. Now, unlike what I have seen posted elsewhere, it is possible to learn these curses if you initially turn them down. If you accidentally select the wrong option or change your mind and you don't want to reload a save, simply head to the Undercroft and speak with Sebastian, who will teach you the curse at that time instead. But note, if you have the deluxe edition of Hogwarts Legacy, you can also test these curses out without really learning them in the Dark Arts Battle Arena located in the Forbidden Forest. So there you go, that was a quick guide to these unforgivable curses in Hogwarts Legacy, and now we'll be doing a complete guide to these unforgivable curses, going over these 3 different unforgivable curses, what they do, how they work, and how you can unlock them, including where you unlock them, at what point in the game you do unlock them. So yeah, this video will be a complete guide going over these unforgivable curses, and let's waste no more time and let's get straight into it. A big question about these unforgivable curses is if they can be used without restrictions. Now, the game doesn't really offer a morality system, so you can freely be rude to an NPC or cast unforgivable curses. However, if you decide to go with the evil wizard path, various cutscenes and dialogue will play differently in some cases. So this is a great opportunity really for multiple playthroughs of the game. If you want to have a playthrough where you are good and you aren't evil at all, then of course that is an option, and then you could have a second playthrough where you decide to be evil and go through the evil wizard path. This does mean, yeah, the various cutscenes and dialogue will play differently, so it allows for a bit of a different storyline, and obviously it will switch things up, and yeah, that's just a reason that you could go for 2 different playthroughs, or possibly even 6. For example, you could do 4 going through each of the different houses, and then another 2 where the house, you don't really matter what house you get, and then you focus on being either evil or good within your playthroughs. And of course, if you plan on having multiple playthroughs, then it is definitely worth trying the Dark Wizard path in one of them, since of course that's going to switch things up a bit if you didn't pick it before. So yeah, just an example there on how you could make use of multiple playthroughs in Hogwarts Legacy through being evil in the game. So yeah, that's a quick overview on how these sorts of curses work, but now let's actually go specifically into each of these 3 curses, going over how each curse specifically works, and of course how you unlock each curse, since they all have different ways of being unlocked. So first of all, we're going to go through the Crucio curse. In Hogwarts Legacy, the Crucio curse is a powerful tool of dark arts that causes most enemies to writhe in pain as they take damage over time. Also curses the victim, and cursed enemies take extra damage. It is also called the Torture curse, and the Ministry of Magic officially forbids it as one of the 3 unforgivable curses in Hogwarts Legacy. To unlock the Crucio curse, you must complete In the Shadow of the Study quest. The quest line leading to it starts after Sebastian's personal quest and the visit to his family's home. And the description for the quest is this: I convinced Ominous to help Sebastian and me enter Slytherin's scriptorium. We had to wind our way through foreboding corridors, overcoming multiple barriers. Eventually, we came to a door that would only open if one would cast Crucio on another. Now we know why Gaunt failed to make it through. She went on this journey alone. Omnis refused to cast it. Sebastian taught me the curse, however, and agreed to let me cast it on him. I'm not sure how I feel about performing that bit of dark magic. We finally reached the scriptorium, where I found an old spellbook of Salazar Slytherins. I gave it to Sebastian, who hopes it holds some answers for him. Only time will tell. So there you go, that is a bit of a description for the In the Shadow of the Study quest, which is used to unlock the Crucio spell. So as a quick overview, its location is outside of the Slytherin common room, its level requirement is level 16, and it requires completing the Shadow of the Bloodline quest and the In the Shadow of the Study, which is part of that, which does unlock the Unforgivable curse, Crucio. So now we're onto the Imperio curse. In Hogwarts Legacy, the Imperio spell temporarily forces enemies to fight as if they were your companion. While under your control, they take reduced damage from other enemies to prolong their allegiance to you. Also, curses the victim, and cursed enemies take extra damage. To unlock and learn the Imperio curse, you need to complete the In the Shadow of Time quest. The quest line leading to it starts after Sebastian's personal quest and visit to his family home, just like the previous curse. And the description for this quest is this: I cleared away the barricades using the bones, just like I thought. Now to keep searching for the relic, which is what you have to do to find the relic, and then you will get the Imperio curse, and this is in the In the Shadow of Time quest, like I mentioned. So as a quick overview, the level requirements for this quest is level 17, and this requires completing the In the Shadow of the Bloodline quest line with the In the Shadow of the Study, where you get the Crucio curse, then the In the Shadow of Discovery, and then the In the Shadow of Time, which unlocks the Imperio curse. So now we are on to the third and final curse, and this is the Avada Kedavra curse, and this is a bit of a tougher one to get. In Hogwarts Legacy, this spell is a powerful tool of dark arts that causes instantaneous and painless death. It is also called the Killing Curse, and the Ministry of Magic officially forbids it as one of the 3 unforgivable curses. The spell has a distinct sound and a green colour, easily recognisable by every wizard or witch. To unlock and learn the Avada Kedavra curse, you need to complete the In the Shadow of Time quest. The quest line leading to it starts after Sebastian's personal quest, and of course a visit to his family home. And the description for the In the Shadow of the Relic quest is this: I received an owl from Ominous saying he's gravely concerned about Sebastian. I should meet him and Anne at the catacomb. So here's a quick overview for unlocking this curse. The location is the Great Hall, the quest level is level 28, and it requires the In the Shadow of the Bloodline, the In the Shadow of the Study, the In the Shadow of Discovery, the In the Shadow of Time, the In the Shadow of Distance, the In the Shadow of Hope, and finally the In the Shadow of the Relic quest, which is where you unlock this Unforgivable curse. Now it is worth noting that within each of these quests, it is optional to unlock this curse, like we mentioned right at the beginning of the video. But of course, yeah, you need to make sure that you are selecting the right dialogue during this quest in order to be able to learn this curse. So that is something worth noting there. You don't just unlock this curse no matter what dialogue you select at the end of the quest. You do need to be careful during these quests to make sure you're selecting the right dialogue, but it's pretty clear which dialogue you need to select, since it's pretty much just yes or no answers if you want to learn that curse or not. So yeah, just make sure that you are looking out for that. So that does just about wrap up things here. Hopefully you now know how to unlock all of these unforgivable curses within Hogwarts Legacy, and of course how they all work. Now I have done a video quite similar to this, but instead we're going over the best spells within Hogwarts Legacy, and if that sounds like something that would interest you, then click the link on the screen now and it will take you right over there.